All right. Okay. Let's us look at this. Okay. Let's start recording. Okay. Okay, guys. Good morning to all of you. This is Kel once again. Today is the 21st of June, 2021. Today is a very, very important day because if you are a TWB member, you know that today Dow Jones is our KFC day. All right. It's a KFC day. So we talk about this very at the last part of the MAO. All right, let's just begin today's MAO. Okay, guys, this is the 21st of June. All right, so today the caption is Wall Street watching the dots. Okay, the dots has two things here. One is that the dot plot, okay, the one that you're seeing behind this picture. This is the Federal Reserve dot plots, whereby to predict or forecast the potential rate hikes coming in for the next 2 years, okay? Now, there's another dots that I'm talking about. It's actually that it's the Wall Street. They're watching the dots now is to see whether this inflationary problem is going to be a real problem and is it necessary to cut down their position in the market and stuff like that. So there is some very important thing that I need to say up front first, because now we are seeing the 2-year yields is going up, but the 30 years are coming down. Now, it's not normal because where usually the yields go in tandem. The only reason why the 2 years yield is going up and the 30 years coming down is because the 2 years is expecting the inflation to go up higher, interest rate to go higher, and the 30 years is because it's coming down, people are losing faith. People are worried. So that is the problem right now which America is facing, and this could actually have a spillover effect if things are not guided properly. All right, so that is the reason why we're going to have a great MAO today. Now, today MAO, I got 41 slides, which means that I'm quite sure we'll drag past 1.5 hours, about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So if you are not able to hold all the way, listen all the way, you can watch the replay later. Okay, morning to you, Fred and Emily. All right, let's go. Now, before we start this morning, once again, disclaimer as usual is very important. Okay, very important. We need to know that you must understand that your disclaimer has been read and you have accepted the above and you identified me. Okay, all right, good. Now, the thing is this, is the Fed rate hike going to come really? Now, the thing is you must understand the current now, the situation is that there's a lot of speculation hinting that there could be a hike. Now, the actual number was, actually the original year was 2024. Then it goes down to 2023. And suddenly out of nowhere, Ballot come in and say that, right, it probably going to be 2022. And this really freaked everybody out already, okay? But do understand this, these are all speculation. If suddenly the economy, right, for some reason really recovers and the inflation starts to come down, this whole thing will just change dramatically. So that's the reason why I would say that, please guys, to forecast what will happen in 2 years' time and 1 year time, or honestly, it's really a long shot, all right? So we can't even predict what we're going to have for breakfast tomorrow, not necessarily 100%. So why don't we just take all this thing a big grain of salt? I will use the word from Jerome Powell, that, okay, it's been 12, 13 years, the stock market has been going up. It is a good time for the market to pull back, but that's about it, okay? Nothing to panic at this moment right now. It's because really, it was never the interest rate that always killed the bull. All right, it's always the subsequent other unfortunate incident. So this was why, if you feel that it should be never been here, because now you're feeling that way, yes, indeed, you should be cautious to the wind, but you don't need to panic. All right, that is what I personally perceive, lah. So to be a successful TWB trader, we always want to motivate you with a lot of good quotes. And today, I use Benjamin Graham. This is the Warren Buffett Shifu. All right. In the short run, the market is a voting machine, like buy and sell. But in the long run, it's a weighing machine whereby value plays a very big part. So this is what a very simple but powerful quote here. Now, don't forget, I keep on repeating myself, right? Don't forget, from day one till today, the Dow Jones from 1896 until today, 2021, the Dow Jones got only one singular direction, and it's up. Okay, I've been saying this, I'll say this again. Of course, at a certain time, there will be periodic pullback like today, like now. Yes, then we take advantage of this by shorting the market and then at a lower price, buy back again and enjoy the run. Because as I say, majority of the traders, majority of the mentality is always buy. So this one, you must be very careful, because I do see that some of the local trainers now, they are calling for big short right now. Well, the thing is this, I've been calling this like three weeks ago, and that's the point. Now we are actually harvesting, but there are people who are just about to come in. And this morning, why I'm late, obviously, I received so many messages asking me, Cal, can we short the Dow Jones down? Can we short the NASDAQ now? I will say that please listen to my entire MAO today before you make a final decision, okay? That is very, very important. Now, I will start out with, as usual, the main reason why we should stay bullish first, because the market is generally still bullish. All right, it's still on the upside. All right, so let me share with you in general why is it still staying bullish. Okay, first of all, it'll be based on different sector. The sector that is everybody not pay attention is the NASDAQ. Now, yes, the Russell is down, the Dow is down, the S&P is down. Okay, fair enough. But the NASDAQ is the one holding it. Now, the NASDAQ plays a very crucial position at this stage right now. Now, why do I say that? Because the NASDAQ, right, is where the funds are all going in, because they are all buying on the growth stock concept. And with Prime Day from Amazon coming on Tuesday, usually the Prime Day, the stock market, that particular Amazon will go up, right? So that's why there's a lot of focus on that. So because interest rate, even it's going to go up, even it's 2022, it's still going to be 1 year later from today. So seriously, why need to panic something when you got 1 more year to go? So that is why the NASDAQ is buying, or at least it's not selling as much. So you look at the chart right now. This is the NASDAQ chart versus the S&P versus the Dow Jones and versus the Russell. You can see that all three of them here are all below this moving average. This one is a normal DMA 50. But you can see that for NASDAQ, it's still very far away. So that tells you that the market is still pretty buoyant toward the buy side, especially, for the for this particular sector here. So you need to be very careful when you short the market, right? Some people did ask me this question, Cal, is it a good idea now to short NASDAQ when the rest are down? I tell you this, my friends, as a trader for so many years, I can tell you that this will be the very wrong thing to do. If the three other markets are weak and this market is strong, the best thing to do is look for buying opportunity when the market do a technical recovery. I'll repeat myself again. The three of them are down. Yes, the NASDAQ is kind of down a little bit. But the moment if the three of them rebound, the NASDAQ will likely run higher and faster. So don't take this point and tell yourself that, oh, okay, NASDAQ haven't sold yet. The market must be stupid. Sorry, the market is never stupid. It's just that it's all about traps and opportunities here. So be very careful on the NASDAQ, okay? Because you can see right now, this is the Russell 2000 versus the NASDAQ in terms of the correlate itself and do a superimpose on each other. You can see that this is a head and shoulder potential. Wow, will this be a shoulder to the point that it will crash down? In all honesty, I don't know. I don't think so. Right, if this is not going to crash down, then this will be the shoulder neckline. And this neckline will change up again if the market chooses to go up. So that's the reason why I'm not that comfortable for you to short right now at this moment. Today, to me, if you do intra shorting, no problem. But if you tell me to do long-term shorting, I'll say that be very, very careful, okay? Please hold on your horses. Don't get yourself into the wrong side of the market because it doesn't pay to make silly mistake here at this moment right now. Because you can see right now, this is the FANGs counter, okay? Look at the FANGs. From May the 13th, it bottomed out, and every time it pulls back, the FANG stock basically goes up. So either that there's a lot of short selling and then the market keep on pushing up the short squeeze, or because there's some good reason to buy. To me, this is a very high price, but if the market want to buy, it's like basically itself, right? You know the train is coming and you still stand on the track, hoping that the train will divert its final direction towards you. This is ridiculous, it's stupid, and it's not necessary. So guys, please be very careful unless this is like telling you this is a double top and then you can see signs of weakness and then we short. At this moment now, don't short when the market is rocketing. All right, this is something like the same inverse. It's the same thing like what you say, do not buy a falling knife. Same theory, okay? This is very, very important. Excuse me. Because you can see, even though we saw last Friday, we saw the Dow Jones coming down such a bad way. Look at the growth stock. Oh my God, look at the growth ETF. It's hardly budging. And this is very clearly that the market doesn't really want to sell at all. So the fund probably have basically move to this growth instead. From this value, they go to growth. So that's why if the funds are there, it's going to be very difficult for the market to sell. So this is something that you must understand, that you can short other things, but you don't short the strong. This is very scary. Although you may say, Cal, the risk-reward ratio is good. That is only if you reach there. A lot of people misunderstand what is risk-reward ratio. Risk-reward ratio has to be placed with the trend, which means that if the market is a uptrend, you look for opportunity to buy. So the risk-reward ratio is worth it because the chance of risking or losing is very low. And not because that the profit could be very big. Like example, if the stock crashed down from $10 to $1, and you tell me you buy $1 because you think that the risk-reward ratio is good. Because why? If from $1 go to $10, it's 10 times your profit. You find it very good, right, in this risk-reward ratio. But the probability of $1 go to 50 cents is much higher. So you will rather do that. And then if the price do come down to 50 cents, then you will be crying. So you must understand the difference between the risk-reward ratio with trend. Then this will actually really work. Okay? So if everybody is clear with this, please key the word clear so that let me see whether this the commentary is still working. Well, that's good. It seems that the commentary is working fine. Very good. Excellent. So I can do this with ease already. Okay, continue then. Right. Now, this is the Aerospace and Defense ETF. I'm very sure no one in Singapore covers this, okay? But it doesn't matter. End of the day is we need to know what we need to understand so that we can trade better, right? Now, this is the MTUM. This is symbol for Aerospace and Defense ETF, okay? So what you're seeing right here is that the market since last July, okay, has been very nicely in projection form, all right, managed to pick all the bottom. And if this index stays firm, we may see the market recovering. So this is the iShares Dow Jones US Aerospace and Defense Index Fund, okay? And you can see that over the pause, it has been a very strong supporting member for the market. So as long as the trend stays, then there is a possibility for intermittent rebound. But if the market really paused, then of course we may see something similar that happened in 2021 March. But until that happened, at the moment right now, the momentum is coming down, but we are near the support, okay? All right. And this is a commodity now. This is something that I need to let you understand this. And I've been repeating this. I know that some of you may find a bit amazed. Is this, Cal, I thought when you say commodity going up, right, you should actually near the peak part, right? And didn't I say that 3 weeks ago that when the commodity prices goes up, right, the market is near a peak? And indeed now from Dow Jones now from 35,000 dropped to 33,000 today. Don't you realize we have a peak recently? So you see, everything is that there is it will come in, but it's not immediate. And now the commodity prices is coming down. It's not just because that we have finished a peak. It's because now Federal Reserve most likely is driving the index down, all right, to basically curb inflation, so that, right, most likely in July, the numbers like CPI, all right, all these numbers will be going down. And if it goes down, that will basically pull back down the inflation worry. And who knows, again, the dot plot may change again. So that is the reason why I'm informing you this. If the commodity is still surging today, despite, right, what's happening right now, then I'm going to tell you this, you must head for the hills. But because the commodity prices are coming down at this moment, that is whereby I suspect that, right, July month itself, right, things may actually dramatically change. That means that the market may go up. And if that's the case itself, then probably the next few days, once the market hit a nice bottom, it could be a buy for equity market. Are we clear with this? All right, it's all about projection and future tense. It's not about like today do, tomorrow expect something else. It's not like that. If everybody is clear, all right, please key number 1 right now to see whether you guys understand what am I talking about here with the commodities market versus the equity market, of course. All right, I'll wait for your reply and your text. Yeah? Okay, wow, you guys are very fast. You guys all understand what I'm trying to say? Now, the thing is this. Some people did talk to me yesterday. He said, Cal, don't you realize that you're always a bit early? That means that you say about commodity prices will go up first, then after that the stock market come down, but you said it 3 weeks ago, then the market really tanks later. Don't you realize that you're always early? Don't you realize that, right? Your major macro picture is always quite accurate, but you're just a tap early. Yeah, totally agree with you. And that is the reason why I'm a strategist. I tell you what I'm seeing right now, right in front of me. But to implement the trades, right, you need to still stick with the market. That's the reason why I'm doing MAO for you. I'm doing all the homework for you. I'm preparing, the thing for you. But it's not possible that I will be spot on the timing. So timing is still based on your own trading. But at least I tell you now what is going to happen. Is what we call in Chinese the 宏观经济, all right? Meaning I give you the horizon that you know that, hey, you know what? In the 500 meters time, we're going to see a danger there. But to people who say, come on, man, 500 meters is so far away. It's okay. See? So that is the difference here. All right. Yes, indeed, Chongming, if you actually see that point, that's like when I tell people the Dow is at a high level, no one believes me and everybody just laugh over it. I mean, I'm fine with that. When I say that gold will come down, people say, Cal, everybody calling for buy, you calling for sell, you're just an ID, you know. So I then say, look, doesn't matter. So now when the gold price comes down, I can tell you this. Many of my friends are calling for sell and I've been buying gold today. I didn't buy a lot, just to buy some. All right, I know that the market will rebound. That's about it. I'm still looking at lower level at 1711 or even 1659. But today, as long as the market stays above OP, I know that generally speaking, if the whole world is selling, it will not stay below OP. So if you stay above OP, means the buyers are buying. So isn't that very simple trading? All right. So that is the reason why this morning in a Gold group chat, I already tell you guys that gold is above OP, you know, little hint here and there. All right. Now, this is why I need to be very, very careful because of this dislodged sentiment right now. Now, again, no one will cover this in the mainstream media. Look at this chart right now. Now, this is the fear and greed index. Okay. Before you jump the gun and say, hey, Cal, we're at 31 now. Fear factor very high. Yeah, I know. Think about this. 3 weeks ago, we are at 90. All right, 90 region. And I tell you guys to be very careful to walk away and get out. But people don't believe, they hang on, they get caught. Now today is 31. I'm telling you guys, watch out to buy. People are like, huh? What's going on here? Now, why is that so? Because this is what is happening. Don't you realize that the S&P 500 today is about only 2% off the all-time high? 2 to 3%. And the fear indicator is at most extreme since October. Do you understand this? What I'm trying to say is that since October, which is last year October, right, at 31, as you can see on the chart, okay, for the last, nearly last 10 months, all right, we are at 31, but we are only 2% away from all-time high. So it's very simple to look at it from two different perspectives. One perspective, the fear is not enough and there's more to go. Then the market will sell even crazier, more downside to go. But on the flip side, everybody is so fearful, which is like the common retailers or the traders, but the market is 2% away from the all-time high. So if that's it, the fear flip over and turn to buying again, oh my God, the market will go to new all-time high. Do you understand what am I trying to say? So if you understand what I'm trying to say, please key number 2 right now. Look at it. All right, take a look at this chart right now. See whether you understand my point, okay? Because this is something that you don't really see in the mainstream media, and when they will never talk about this because it's like a bit of speculative, a bit of like, lack of objective and feel like that. So that's the reason why traders usually we will not see such stuff on mainstream media. Okay, so anyone do understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, this is actually it's a very thing how and why we need to be always ahead. Now, being ahead gives you a lot of preparation work. Let me example. Let's say you have a meeting at 7 a.m. and you wake up at 5:30. That's a very good time for you to prepare, dress up, have your breakfast, and you feel good because and when you reach your time, you will know what to do. But if you wake up at 6:30 and you rush here, rush there, and finally reach the location at 7 a.m., even you are there, you will be flustered, right? And you won't know what to do exactly. So that's the reason why you need to prepare yourself. All right. I realize that since I do MAO, right, I cannot deny this, right? Overall itself, right, my view in the market getting better and better because it's all about preparation and very objective preparation. I do the bulls, I do the bears. And then I tell myself this, how do we balance this? And that's why I can give a much more objective view. Okay? All right. So that is a reason for us to stay long in the market. So I hope you can just digest this and think about what you should do today. Now, remember, these are all long-term view. So please make sure you follow the market and then balance with these extra references. Okay? All right. Thank you. All right. Now, last Saturday, we have a very good number. We have registered number about 323. But as I told you before, right, based on typical people way of registering for events but don't turn up, right, if it's not paid, so we have about 240 to 260 maximum capacity of people watching the show on last Saturday. So that's why even though we went past 300, right, but we know that based on our experience and based on what we know in the market, we can give a bit more. So that's why some people were very concerned when we hit 300, wanted us to close the link. But we all know that this is the problem here. So guys, not to worry. Maybe next time we charge money, right? Most people will call come. All right, but still, once again, thank you so much for the support. We really have one of the best talk show in the market. Even some local celebrity, their talk show only hit 100 plus or 200 people. So this is whereby we think that we are there. Well done, guys. Once again, appreciate that. So of course, we also know that you guys wanted Benedict to come in to share more of his expertise in gold. So we have already arranged, okay? We have already arranged that Benedict Chin will come on the 22nd of June, which is tomorrow at 2 p.m. Singapore time, to talk about gold real price. Okay, he will come back, revisit what he shared on last Saturday for all the TWB students only. Okay, all right. So only TWB student can be entitled to hear our Benedict Chin come on live uninterrupted for 45 minutes to cover everything that you need to know about gold. Okay, so this is one thing that you must attend. Okay, 2 p.m. Right, thank you, Angeline. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Trading result always better after the, yes, that's it. Indeed. Trading result always better. Yeah. Anthony, so naughty, yeah. Yeah, that's my target weight. Okay, I will do that. I'll do that. Don't worry, I will be that size soon. Okay, now I have lesser event on my back. I can do more stuff. Okay, gym is ready. All right, so the second half of it, I didn't post it up. Sorry, I already run out of time. All right, now Susan Go Live is really getting a lot of response, positive feedbacks and stuff like that. Now, if you really, someone did ask me this question, Cal. If really as a student, if I want to really follow a person and I want to be able to tag on. Now, I'll be honest with you, all right? I believe that Sister Cynthia, Arun, M Trader, and other these top traders, right? They are very busy with their day-to-day work, all right? It's very difficult to tag on them in a way. And even if you have questions, very hard to ask them, right? So what is happening right now is that you have an avenue whereby we have 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Susan going live and watching the market together with you. And you realize that her record has been pretty amazing, at least 70%. And FYI, today, Susan will try to trade live. I repeat, trade live. Now, go live is to give you views. Trade live is to trade right in front of you. Oh my God, today Susan will try. Because trade life need to calculate and stuff may not be that easy. So I will see what we can do together to combine this, and you will get the real feeling of buying, selling. Then that is real things, correct? All right. So of course, like I say, we're going to try. We're not going to say that this is going to be a working thingy, and who knows, there will be good day, there'll be bad days. All right. So do not just say because of one day good, you get so crazy over it, then bad day about it. Then one bad day, you're like, oh, no, disappointed. It's just a normal thing. But you know that Singapore, no one does that. No one in the Singapore market, I'm pretty sure, do live trading every single day. Now, we are even toying with this idea to do a night one also. I mean, at night, Susan go live at night. Of course, this one I haven't shared with her yet, but I'm toying this idea because you know why? Susan is still doing night broadcasting every night until 10, 11 p.m. So seriously, if she's going to do that, might as well go live. Okay, that will basically make everyone even happier. Don't you think so? It is taxing for her, but if she's already doing it and no one really appreciate that, might as well let her be appreciated. What do you think, guys? Do you think that should Susan go live at night? Maybe from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. What do you think? Let me know your view right now. Let me see your view and let Susan watch it herself. Okay? Well, night trading live, yes. Susan, voila! Okay, anything else, guys? What do you think? Should Susan go live at night? Let me see your answer right later on. I just key your answers. I come back to you later. Okay. All right. Now let's just look at the local and global news right now. And the reason why I don't talk about Hang Seng, because Hang Seng already traded, so I don't need to go through Hang Seng. I'll come to Hang Seng later, lah. Because already run ready, then no point to talk about it, right? Correct. Yeah. At the moment now, the overall market for Hang Seng is still pretty flat for the morning, lah. But also the Dow is just coming off right now. Okay. So Andrew, Cheng Kui, Bernard, and okay, I mean, let's go through the thing, huh? Okay. Okay, let's see. Colin say, voila. Danny say, good, pretty good idea. Anthony, good idea. Big arrow going Susan way. Yes, indeed, it's a very big arrow. Jerry say, go for it. Wilson say, Susan, go. Simon say yes. Andrew say yes. Chong Ming say yes. Bernard say yes. Cheng Kui say yes. Andrew say yes. Joseph, Desmond, Michael. All right, Jerry. Okay, only Yu Ming say need to rest. Very good, Yu Ming. You are a very nice friend. All right, this is great. All can chip in. Okay, all right. Yes, indeed. Now, to me is this, my friends. Okay, I'm not trying to arrow Susan, but Susan is such a dedicated person. It's just like in her blood. When she see the call, she just have compassion. She just want to do it for you. And the best part is that she do it without expectation. But the problem is that people really utilize it. They don't appreciate it. So that's why I spoke to Ben. I said that Susan is doing a great job. Let's do something for her. Let her be happier. Let her have some more money to spend. Let her have really, something to look forward to. All right. I think that makes sense. That's why we only cater to only subscribers. Then it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of people, right? They take advantage. Well, we don't remove you from groups sometime, right? Because we want to give you more time to come back into us. But some people really, they take this advantage of this. They trade with other brokers and end of the day itself, right? Or they trade with other trainers, doesn't matter. But when they lose money, they blame us. That is very sad. All right. That they don't follow rules. So why don't we do something more productive and also reward this lady for all her good work? That is how I'm saying this. It's not a big arrow. It's just that since you're doing, might as well do it with some purpose. Okay? That is where I do that, right? So let's just see, okay? This Eileen, we will look at it. She's still, by the way, if you all notice this, she worked until 11, 12 p.m. and still 12 a.m., and still putting calls to you. I mean, seriously, where got such dedication? Even myself, by 10 o'clock, I shut down already. I cannot take it anymore because I have to rest. I have my family to take care of and have to prepare my morning MAO next day. I can't do that. So that is the reason why I say, well, let's do something for Susan and see whether the appreciation really comes the right way. Okay? All right. Anyway, so let's look at the local and global news right now. UK records 9,284 new COVID cases. Now, this is something that I need to warn you. If this is going to continue, if UK is going to continue like this, then we're going to see a problem in late August. Because based on what we have been seeing now, any country have a sudden surge of new numbers, usually by 1 month from today. 1 month, roughly, not 100%. 1 month from today, we are going to see some major problem. So today, I'm going to put a date down here. All right. Today is the 21st of June, right? Correct. And we have a new record for UK. So which means from the 22nd of July, that means that, right, they're going to see the economy of UK to be going down. So I'm going to put it down for you guys like this so that we can track back later. All right, this is something that we have to be fair because we have so many months of numbers to rely on to already. But the problem is, okay, UK allows outdoor wedding for the first time. So I kind of lost already. You see that? Now this comes from the same source, Channel News Asia. So I kind of like lost here, okay? So you have record cases, but you don't mind outdoor weddings. I just kind of lost here. So all I can say is that I really wish that the people in UK be very, very careful. You don't want to get into serious trouble. All right. Yes, Jerry, she's a very dedicated, extremely committed, and very hardworking. Yeah, indeed, I totally agree with you, right, Jerry. I totally agree. Yes, UK is a new variant right now, and apparently it seems that they are immune to wedding. All right. Now, Bitcoin, we have a bit of problem. China cryptocurrency mining crackdown continue and spread to Sichuan right now. So apparently in this, the Bitcoin came now because there's a hash rate decline on the China mining, right? Apparently China is going very hard. And when China come to any crackdown, they go for it. They really go for it. It will really go down, send troops down to take out everything. And it seems to be, right, they want to really take away this so that they may have some other agenda. Of course, we will not speculate here, but it does seem that, right, this crackdown is a little bit more than normal, okay, put it this way. So that is what is happening right now, okay? All right, so Carl say indoor easier to spread, so outdoor we wind blow, virus go away. Okay, all right, I can buy you on this, Carl. All right, you need to train more Susan. So, Chen Kui, you know how many years Susan from a little pearl to today, this big pearl right now, like what you saw in some movies. Okay, yeah, right. Remember this movie, this cartoon whereby Will Smith was a fish. Yeah, talk about this little pearl. Yeah, the pink pearl. Yeah, Susan is a pink pearl to me. So from a tiny grain of pearl to now a big one. So it takes many years. It's not that easy, really. Seriously, not that easy. All right. Now, this is the one that is quite dangerous because now we know that Japan is going to have the Tokyo 2020. And the thing is this, all right, Uganda tests positive. Apparently, it's one of the athletes is test positive in Japan. Now, the thing is they were supposed to test before going to the Olympic. Now we are seeing this. So the question is this, is the Olympic even safe? And Olympic obviously going to have a lot of people inside there. If this is going to spread, oh my God, I cannot imagine this. So that's the reason why I say that when I see news this morning, right, I kind of really don't understand what's going on here. But with so much money involved, right, billions of dollars, endorsement, sponsorship, TV rights, and the economy need to survive. So obviously it makes sense that Tokyo, if they insist to do this Olympic, I can understand from the economical point of view. But I'm telling you this, you're putting people at risk, and not only one people, it's all the athletes now. They are all in Tokyo right now, right? Imagine if they go back home. Oh my goodness, I cannot imagine. So that's why I say this, stand by. All right. In my opinion, August and September could be very dangerous for the real economy, in my perspective. Okay, my perspective. All right. Okay, last but not least, this is the one right now in Singapore. We have basically cases. The Bukit Merah case is still running up to 73 right now, but the new one goes down a little bit. So what can we do today on the 21st of June? Take note, dining is allowed, but only groups of 2. I saw a lot of tables, having chairs along the way to office, but wedding reception remain banned. But gym and fitness studio can resume. Okay, so interesting. Working from home remains default. Okay, the rest is nothing really concern us. But main idea is this, we seem to be still okay. So please guys, when you're dining outside, put on your mask, okay? All right, only when you eat, then you take it out. All right. Okay, to this week, we have the existing home sales on Tuesday. I kind of expect a flat number here. But on Wednesday, Jerome Powell will be testifying. All right, so obviously, again, the market will be watching this very, very closely. Now, new home sales will be also, I kind of believe, going to be flat. Inventories, we should see some upgrade. And on Thursday, the core durable goods order. This is going to be the one that the market will be watching. And of course, GDP numbers expect to be the same number. All right. So this is going to be a little bit flat week, except for Jerome Powell testifying. All right. So we see that. Now Dow Jones on Friday basically went down all the way. He tried to recover, but towards the last part, there was more profit taking to end it down near the low of the day. Okay, all right. Jerry, a treasure in TWB family, obviously, very sure. Eric, you're talking about the Japan, right? They need to hose it, right? Otherwise, the budget and manpower cannot be released. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. I totally agree with you. All right, so last Friday, what we saw is that the trader got worried about Federal Reserve could start raising rate too soon than expected, but I say it's going to be next year, end of next year. We're talking about 18 months from now, my God, okay? All right, so the thing is this, the market right now is getting a bit jittery, that's all, but NASDAQ is still able to stand up firm. Now, this is the weekly chart change of the Dow Jones. Now, watch carefully. I'd like to remind you, look at this chart, okay? Now, don't you know this year that after a big 2 weeks of drop, the next week, the market will rebound tremendously, all right? So it seems to be, we've seen this before, and this thing happened again. We've seen it before, it happened again. So dear all, if this can tell me any pattern, then I know that this week, I just need to look at the OP of the week, guys. I need to look at the OP of the week. If the OP of the week stays here and the market is trading below, well, there's 2 points. One, you just stay short. The other, you can basically look to buy near the low if you think there's a low, or not play safer. Wait for the market to go above the OP of the week, then slowly look to buy, okay, if you want to do that. So at least what I'm seeing is about 1% to 3% to up to as high as 6%. So the average mode is 1% to 4%. Sorry, 3%. To 3% to 6%. All right. So if that is the case itself, right, with the Dow Jones at this current level now, you will know that this is the mathematics you can consider to use and see whether or not you can look for the buy. Now, you may hear me feel that, hey, come Cal suddenly so bullish. I'm not bullish because we've been shorting the market. So when the market is down right now, it's just about harvesting on the way down. You understand my point? When you short when people don't short, right? And when the price comes down, it's already supposed to do. So when the price is going down on the way down, you just take partial profits until you hit the bottom. And then after that, from the bottom, you buy it up again. So you always do one step earlier with the boys. That's why we trade with the boys. And of course, with these statistics, it tells me that I have to be very careful. So that's why this morning, already some more profit taking was done. And I just leave the rest, let it run and see what the best will come up from there. All right, got an idea? Okay, so that's why now this morning, most of the futures are pretty flat right now. And remember this, on Tuesday, Amazon Prime Day will be there. And the Amazon shares have been pretty strong recently because that is the main, one of the main, watch highlight for this company. All right, so let's us now go to the review of what happened on Friday. Wow, my God, look at this. The opening price was between the two pivots, right? But the KSI is red. So we know that the market will be limited on the upside. But what happened? Look at it. The market purposely go up to the pivot one and pull back. Look at it. Look at it, my friends. Look at the high of the day and the pivot point that we have. And I tell you this is not the first time we see this. So once you see a CCYR, because the KSI is red on the pivot, and if the market comes down, you sell. And of course, if the market breaks below pivot 2, seriously, anything below pivot 2, below OP is a sell. You really don't need to ask me. You just need to do what you need to do and let the market decide. So guys, take a look. Take a look, right? Look at it. The market was sideways. And look at it, the turning point that bring the market down is really a CCYR. Don't you realize that this system of ours is really incredible? You can write your script before the market starts trading, and you just have to follow it and trade accordingly. So that's why last Friday, I've been bearish in the market because I saw this. And of course, when the market continued to go sideways throughout, I know that something is wrong. And obviously, what really turns is this guy here, this small little guy here, which is a BMB, followed by a CCYR. And of course, the Dow just come down all the way because, as I told you, if the KSI is red, it will keep coming down. And of course, it went below KTR minus 3, it went below pivot 2, that's why it went down further. Of course, there was some recovery, but you can see that it was just really sideways and the market stays down. So now you understand why we need to have Susan, this type of people who really follow the T, and she tells you what to do and you just listen to her. Like on Friday when I was preparing my PowerPoint, sitting opposite her, she just called for a sell in the Dow Jones. I just, okay, if I just sell, I don't even bother and I make my money. So you did, just listening to Susan for just, what, 5 minutes, I make $100. And not bad, right? $100, right? That's a pretty decent money. And you just listen to her because she will give you the validation and you just check and double check. Correct. Let's follow the flow. So of course, when the next time the crazy app is ready, right, then you technically don't need Susan. You can do all your computation in advance, but still, if someone live talking to you, wouldn't it be better? Okay, so you got an idea now why we need Susan, huh? Yeah, indeed. Okay, so with that, let us now look at the market we should be waiting for. Okay, let me just do it now. Moment, please. Okay, here we go now. The Dow Jones is down quite a bit now. It's down to 33,095 level. Wow, okay, that is some selling. Okay, so let's just see what is happening right now for the Dow Jones. Let's take a look. Now, the Dow Jones is now trading below the MA 30. Now, this is a very, very ugly signal, all right? The Dow Jones is now below the 95% mark and is also now the high of the day have just toggled the MA 30. Now, this is dangerous because if this stays on like this, there is a possibility for the Dow Jones to come all the way down to this next level, and the next level could be all the way to 31,583. Wow, because why? That's a 90% mark. Now, from the way the market is currently selling, there is really a slight possibility that this is going to happen, okay? Because the last time we see this, right, when the market broke the MA 30, there was some selling. Of course, the next day, the market rebounded almost immediately. All right, so let's see whether is this going to be the sell off for the market to look for a buy later. So traders, you just need to watch this very, very closely. All right, so this is whereby I will say that traders, you need to be very careful. All right, there's no reason to be a hero right now. You just trade according to plan. Okay, so that is how I see this for time being. All right, so that is the Dow Jones for the weekly chart. So be very careful. Okay, this is the one that I share with you in terms of the short-term line and the long-term line. You can see it broke down and it's now below the neckline. So logically, based on what we know, remember this, we have already said this before. This is the high and low of the BMB on a weekly chart. And if things really happen, the market may drop by a substantial amount, right? So this is where I am getting a little bit worried here. So traders, do note once again, if the weekly chart today, the opening price is 33,001. Today, the opening price for the week is 33,199. Yeah? It's a very good number. All right, wait, okay, moment. Wait, hold on. The BMB itself, right? Okay, so the opening price of the week is 33,199. So if the Dow Jones don't cross 33,199, right? The weakness is there. Okay, let me just double check on my MA. Hold on a minute. Yeah, linear weighted, correct? Linear weighted. I'm always using linear weighted all the way, never change. But it's weekly. The one I use is weekly. All right. The one that usually people by default is a simple moving average. The one I'm using is linear weighted. Yeah, this is weekly chart. I show you back the daily chart, which I usually use to show one, right? It's like that. So the daily chart obviously is already terrible, already crashing down already. Right? I told you before, right? Yeah, indeed. Got an idea? Walao, I say weekly so many times. No, sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's just look at the Dow for today. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. The Dow Jones today, you can see that very, very clear. We have a bit of selling right now. The opening price is between the two pivot, right? But the KSI is red. So the market will be more towards downside, which will likely happen. I suspect that the 33,042 may be triggered later during the European timing. Okay, I suspect. Now, the only thing is that to watch out for that is actually this KCB down there at 33,030 plus, right? Have several KCB over there. So this could be a very interesting support. Why? Because the KCB is there, the pivot 2 is there. The market may go down there and ding dong a little bit and then recover. So that's why I suspect that the downside may be limited for today, because the KCB and the pivot 2. But of course, if the market breaks below pivot 2, that's it, selling. The selling could bring it all the way down to 32,677. Wow, that's a lot of points, right? So traders, watch out, okay? All right, for time being now, everything looks bad right now for the market. So as long as the market stay below OP, traders, you need to be very, very careful on the long side. Okay, NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ gapped down this morning, but it's kind of like able to withstand the selling compared to the Dow Jones. So let's just take a look right now. Well, first of all, let's find the nearest. Yes, this is where the nearest BNB is. This is the BNB RL. Okay, this is a BNB RL. This is a BNB SL, right? So what we are seeing right now, the NASDAQ is still trading way above the RL, so there's no real concern for time being. The MA30 is right here, so we're still a bit of distance away, and yeah, that's about all. The MLP today is about 14,129. So again, that is not going to be a big concern, no biggie here. So traders overall for NASDAQ can see that even though the Dow is coming off by 200 points from the opening price, at the moment now, you can see that the Dow is actually, the NASDAQ is not coming down. So that's why there's a lot of strength in NASDAQ. That's why I'm rather buying, I'm not buying, I rather stay, I try to avoid shorting NASDAQ at any time, okay? Okay, so that is the, okay, where's my chart? Okay, let's look at the NASDAQ right now. Now, NASDAQ, do note, it's a yellow, red. So which means that this is actually a potential, it's a zebra already. So it's a zebra, right? So this high and this low at the moment right now will be the zebra range. But of course, if today the bar turns to yellow, then the whole zebra drawing will have to shift. Okay, so what I'm trying to say over here, if you remember what I shared about zebra, right, is that if there's a zebra in a day chart, the high and the lowest point will be like the zebra range. So the market could go a new high like this or come down like this, okay? So at the moment right now, that means this is the, let me just double check the numbers. We're talking about, this is going to be a 375 points range. So which means that if the NASDAQ is to break below, it can come down by 370 points to make it a little bit to your advantage, right? If it goes up, it can be up by 370 points. Wow, okay. So NASDAQ potential movement. Now, don't you notice this? NASDAQ, why couldn't go down? It's because the KSI is green. So that is the reason why our KSI is so powerful. So KSI is green. So that's why no matter how you sell, right, the market cannot come down. So you cannot, because that you see that the NASDAQ, the S&P is down, the Russell is down, the Dow is down, you short the NASDAQ. This is absolutely the wrong thing to do. So you cannot. That's the reason why I created KSI, to remind you to follow the chart, follow the TWB system. Imagine that you short NASDAQ the last few days, you'll be losing money. I mean, other than Friday, you make some money, but overall you lose money because look at it, the KSI all the way have been green. So that is a very important thing, that why you need to follow the market. All right. Now the S&P 500 today, we can see is very clear. It gapped down, and because the Dow is down, right? So that's why there's some selling at the moment. Now the question is this, okay, how low can S&P go, right? Now, if you look at it again, guys, remember there is a BNB here. There is a BNB over here, right? This is the range of the BNB, remember here, okay? So basically, right, if this is a range, it should be coming down the same magnitude, which already have happened. It already happened, right? So you see, if you have belief in this and you shorted at the BMBSL, you would have made profit for at least one time. That's why I can tell you this: if you follow the system and you remember what I say, there'll be good money to make. Now, the only question is this: where can it go lower, right? Now, based on what we are seeing right now, the next level that it could be going will be somewhere around here, because that is a chocolate bar, and that's for 4112. If it goes down further, it could be going for this point already. This is the 95% mark, and that's 4055. Okay, but as long as the NASDAQ is not going to come down, right? If the Dow Jones is down, but the NASDAQ is holding, right, the S&P will likely be also be flat out. Okay, all right, so that's S&P 500 and S&P right now. Okay, today S&P is a bit different. S&P, the KSI is red, so likely you may be testing 41.31. That is the low here itself for pivot 2. Okay. All right, let's look at Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng has gapped down this morning. It went on the low of 28,350, but now it's running up very strongly and it's now trading slightly up near to the OP level. So I told you guys that if the NASDAQ is able to have strength, Hang Seng to go down is kind of tough. Now, Hang Seng today, the MA30 is at 28,750, so it's a bit far away. But at the moment now, you can see the Hang Seng is really retaliating towards the upside, okay? And China A50, let's take a look. China A50 has recovered. China A50 now opening price was lower and now it's trading above the opening price. So this tells you again that the market is still full of some buying interest. But of course, we have to watch for a while, because now the MA200 is here, the MA30 is on at top, so it's a pretty bearish signal. So unless you can see, right, every time where China A50 recover, the next day then the selling come in. So maybe today the market may rebound, then tomorrow sell again. Let's take a look. Okay, I'll do Nikkei very soon. Okay, so this is the flagging positioning of the entire Hang Seng, the China A50. All right, then we have Nikkei. Let's take a look. Oops. Now, this morning, Nikkei has dropped quite a fair bit, okay? Nikkei has dropped quite a fair bit. Now, today, Nikkei dropped by 2%. I just saw the news just now. Nikkei dropped by 2% because they just follow the major market selling off, so no reason. But if you ask me what technical reason, very clear, you see? It basically touches the MA200 on Friday, and today it tested and rejected the MA200. That's why the Nikkei is coming off, and you can see breaking below MA200 and breaking below MA30. Usually the algo will kick in, and that's why Nikkei is coming down. Now, how low will Nikkei go? Well, there is a good chance Nikkei should be heading to this point here. Now, this point is 27,660. All right, 27,660, and I think that will be the level that Nikkei might be going, because once you reach there, right, the RSI also be at the bottom. This may actually give what they call a dead cat rebound. So traders, that's how I see it for the Nikkei at 27,660. Okay. Okay, so we have covered all the indices except for DAX. Okay, moment, DAX. There we go. Now, DAX really sell off, okay? Remember that? Remember last week I told you guys that the DAX will be coming down quite a bit, and really it happened. Last Friday, the DAX collapsed 300 points, one of the biggest selling for many days. The last time we see something like this was about 33 days ago, where the DAX came down like this. So I kind of suspect that later on there might be some recovery on the DAX, okay? I repeat myself. You heard me correctly. If later DAX can open somewhere, let me see. Okay, closing here. Okay, this is support. Wow, brilliant. This for those PTP student, you will notice that this is actually a KSL line, and that's why you see DAX Friday really rebounded. So wow, incredible. Okay, anyway, where am I looking at next support, right? Let me take a look. I think if we are going to put a number in that I think the DAX will have to go, it should be somewhere here. Okay. DAX should be going towards this point. Hold on, around here. So this is chocolate bar, yeah, correct. So I believe that DAX may have to open somewhere around here, which is the 15,220 range. And then if it does come here, it will be a good time to buy some DAX, okay? To buy some DAX. But of course, if you can hang above this point here at 15,420, then again, same thing again, I do see some support. But I think that if you go to 15,220, it will be a very good level to buy some DAX. Okay? All right, Uncle Run, you heard me? Okay. All right, so that is all the indices. Let's look at the commodities right now. While gold from last week, they have been dropping from 1860s all the way to 1770. Now, once again, as proven many times, when you tell people that to sell gold, most people don't really like it. And then after that, right, when gold is coming down, you tell people to buy gold, people don't like it. So that is a problem here. All right. So gold basically for most of the news are all saying it's 2 days news are on average all 2 days old and older. All are saying that because gold right now there's a potential rate hike, so gold don't like it, and hence therefore the gold is coming down and stuff like that. So let's see what happened on Friday gold first before we go into the details. Now Friday gold open is actually above pivot 1, and because it's above pivot 1, above OP, above pivot 1, in general speaking, it's a buy. But the only problem is that the KSI happened to be red. So KTR +1 to KTR +3, anytime if you see a CCYR, you have to sell. That is the thing that you need to do whenever you see this. So what do we see yesterday on Friday? Look at it. The market first of all go up, go up, go up. So the moment hit KTR +2, a CCYR was established and the price did come down a little bit. It did give you 1x profit, but just a quick bite, right? Before, if you don't exit in time, then what happened? It went up. But later on here and this point here, this basically gives you the signal. But what is the best signal of the day is this guy here, right? So what you see is that the market did a CCYR, and then what happened? It hit the KTR +3, and straight away the gold took advantage of this and sell down all the way. All right, it tried to stay above the OP for a while, but after that it just lose its footing and go down further. But what is more important is, take a look, my friends, take a look. All right, don't we say before already, right? As long as you follow rule, if any CCYR is available, either at KTR +1, +2, or +3, if you happen to see this, of course, the risk reward ratio is to short, because if you're wrong, you stop loss at the high. But if you're right, and if the market do come down because the downtrend on gold and the KSI is red, then of course to short gold, the risk reward ratio is worth it. So if you risk here to the stop loss, if your market go back down to OP only, right, you will make at least 4 or 5 times your what you call your risk. So that is how we trade in the market. You do anticipation. You cannot wait for it to happen. Just like you look at footballs, all right? Why is Asian football, I mean local Southeast Asian football, cannot go to world stage? Because the professional footballers are able to see things beyond, right? It's not a traditional kampong style, you pass the ball to me, I pass the ball to you. In a professional level, is that they run to space and the other player must know and pass it to the place that the players are running. So that will give you the advantage of no people around you. So this is where the professionalism comes in, right? That's why to be a professional trader, you have to do this. And that's why M Trader is able to do that. Cynthia can do that. Arun can do that, because they can see already, this is the where we should look like entry. Stop loss, put in place. If wrong, just cut. If correct, make a lot of money. So this is something that we will be advocating later when we do the so-called 50 packs challenge. Now the 50 packs challenge, I may reduce to the 30 packs challenge because of the space and maybe too many people I cannot handle it. So we may lower down for a gold one to 30 packs challenge. So of course, it will be first come, first serve. So I'll tell you more in details later on, all right? Okay. All right, so with that, let's look at gold now. This is what everybody is waiting for. Now, this is the gold day chart right now. Now, gold day chart has hit the 50% mark. I told you 1761, right? And I told you if the gold can stay above 1761, gold will rebound. And indeed, this morning, opening price 1764, and now it's 1773, up by already $8, sorry, about $10 already from the opening price. And I told you that it will likely happen today. And it really, really happened. All right. Of course, we don't mind buying cheaper price. 1717, 1711, all this price, we don't mind buying cheaper. But of course, if the market want to stop here for time being, we cannot stop it. All right. So now is why you need to follow the rules of engagement. Now, let's now look at long term. Now, long term wise, we definitely have a very clear indication that the market is now bearish because it's below MA30 and it's below MA200. Sorry. And it's below MA30. All right. So you can see over here, if you go back time, the market was trying to stay above the MA30 every time, very nicely. Then, of course, the first real signal was here where it tried and went below it. All right. So we know that, right, when a market tests and tests, market tests and tests and tests, there'll be one day it will lose it. Truth be told, when this come right on this day, when the market tests again, the fifth time, I reminded you guys very careful. If gold breaks below the MA30 again, the selling will come. Remember that? Those who remember, I said that if gold goes below 1870, which is the MA30, gold will come down. If you remember, I said that, right? Please kindly give the gold spot on, okay? GOLD space spot on for me, just to verify and validate this. Because this is what I will be sharing with you guys a lot during the challenge also. Because in order to give you guys a bit more, assertiveness towards the TWB system, right? I also combine with conventional chart this time round so that you have balance on both sides, so that you can feel a little bit more sure what you're seeing. Because it's kind of still difficult for me to tell you that to trust TWB system totally. Now, majority of you guys are seasoned trader or you learn from other schools. So when I just give you TWB, right, you just kind of, right, you feel so naked. You feel that you need something more to combine. So that's the reason why in morning MAO, I purposely do MA30 and MA200. It's just to let you feel a little bit closer to your personal, comfort zone. But if you ask me, we don't need that. But never mind, I just continue doing this. So imagine now the gold price really breaks 1870 and come back down. And I told you this, if the gold price stays below the MA200, there will be more selling. And indeed, it really, really happened. And I told you that, right, the Fibonacci that I'm using right now, I will also be teaching you how to use Fibonacci my way. Now, Fibonacci to use as different ways, different body a different way. Now, I have my own personal way, so I will also share this with you. All right, so that's why this 30 packs challenge is definitely worth the time and effort to learn from me, because I only got one condition, that you must do well in gold. All right, you don't do well in anything, but you don't do well in gold, I could be very upset with you, okay? Okay, guys. All right. So take note of that. All these things will be shared with you now. So gold, as long as gold stay above 1761, then gold will not come down yet. Okay. So gold may even rebound today and tomorrow, whatever. But if gold doesn't break 1761 doesn't break 1761 the next few days, gold will stay pretty strong. Okay. Now gold weekly chart, I told you, is ugly, but it's beautiful because why? It really come down, hit the technical point. That one is a 50% mark. And now it really stopped there. And of course, now we can see some instrumental recovery. But again, it all depends on the 1761 level. Now for silver, I told you silver will come back down below $26, which really happened. So now likely if we find some support at about 25. So let me just take the number in. Now, remember, this is the BNB for silver. And I told you that BNB for silver coming down, right? So we're somewhere around here. So I kind of suspect that silver will see support at $25.60. Now we're a bit off, a little bit higher now, but I suspect that we should see support at $25.60 range. So this is the range mark. So this is the range A. So one more time of A will be double time, the double A here. So we're going to see somewhere around here support. Okay, so watch out for that for silver price. All right, so like the silver day chart now. Now this is the silver day chart. Now tell me, guys, tell me what are you seeing on your chart right now? Gold today is trading above OP, and OP is 1764. Pivot 1 is 1763. So what is the answer? Above OP, CCRY, above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY buy. You don't need to be an expert to know this. As long as you see what you do, follow. KSI is red, right? So reduce size and also look out for KTR +1 to KTR +3 when it was on the way up. So don't you see that, my friends? This morning, why gold is going up right now? CCRY, buy. Above OP, above pivot 1, buy. And of course, now we have another CCRY right now live, okay? So don't you notice that this is very easy to trade? As long as you follow the rule, you can make money. It's just as simple as that. You don't need to be an expert, my friends. I've been telling you this already. You don't need to be an expert to do this. Follow the rules and trade accordingly. So guys, please remember this. The only thing you need to be concerned for today is that because the gold today, this gold KSI is red, right? So what happened is the market already crossed KTR +1. So maybe gold will go to the most KTR +2, right? That's about 1778 level. And then you must be very careful already. Of course, you can still continue to hold it if you want to hold, but I would rather trade now because the KSI, the terrain is against you right now. Correct, Eric, exactly. It's a very classic buy. You don't need to ask me. You just have to buy accordingly. But remember, 1778, right? Do consider take profit, okay? Very, very important. Okay? All right, so very clear, very simple, not difficult at all. Trading is never meant to be difficult. It's supposed to be easy. All right, guys, like it? Okay, last one is do crude oil. Whew. Now, crude oil, I can tell you this. Crude oil is going to go up already. With the market such in a terrible state, and yet the crude oil can't come down, I can tell you this, crude oil is going to go to $76 already. Okay, crude oil is going to go to $76. Okay, I'm going to be very clear up here. It's going to go there. All right, I'm going to draw it for you so that you can see it very clearly. All right, it will go to $76. All right, and if you go past $76, it can go even higher state. But at least for now, I'm telling you this, crude oil is going to hold for $76. And of course, if that's going to happen, right, obviously the Dow may recover because all those petroleum related counters will also be pushed up. Yeah, and they do have a bit of weightage in the Dow. So that's why I can tell you this. If crude oil goes up, Dow Jones will likely recover also. Yeah, got the idea? Yes. Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay, all cool. Huh? Judy, you are selling. Selling what or buying what? You are buying crude oil or buying gold or selling gold? Okay, you sell gold, careful. Be careful. Okay. All right, so that is crude. Let's see crude oil day chart. Okay, this is crude oil day chart, still very bullish all the way up itself. KSI green, above pivot 1. So today for crude is a buy. Above OP, above pivot 1 is a buy for crude today. Buy gold, then you say, I'm selling already. Selling what? You take profit, you mean? Selling must be very clear. Take profit means you buy and take profit. Then easier to understand. If you say selling, right? Yeah, I don't know if you're selling, take profit, or you're shorting. That's why you must stay professional with the lingo. Okay, all right. So that is the what I need to share with you. Okay, I'm done here. So I'm going to go into the alternate market views. Now today, alternate market views got a lot of things to share with you. So if you want to stay on, you can stay on. If you think that you heard enough, okay, that will be all for today for the part 1. Okay, part 2 is more towards the sell side or the bearish side of the market. Okay, I'll come back in about 15 seconds time. Okay, what? Then change to 11 o'clock. Okay, guys, good morning back to you again. Now we're going to do the alternate market views right now. Okay, alternate market views is whereby I talk about the bearish side. Now, earlier part, I thought the bullish side because the sentiment is there. So if any time, really one day, if I started off the morning with the bearish side, that means that I'm basically telling you the market is going to go bear. Yeah. All right. That's how it works out. Because alternate market views, but now if my alternate market views still on the bear side in the second half, that means that the market should be still bullish at this moment right now. Okay, let's go. Now, the thing is this, I told you guys, whenever the price come down for VIX indicator, once it go to 15, 16, just buy. And I've been saying this for many times. And of course, rewarded on Friday when the VIX indicator shoot up to 20 once again, right? So for those people who make money from VIX, right, congratulations to you. I told you that this is going to be very, very easy, right? So people like Azar, I think you have made money on the VIX. You do that? All right. So for the rest of you guys, remember now VIX can be traded on Swim. All right. You can consider using the platform to do VIX. All right. But VIX, of course, is good to buy low. Don't want to buy high. All right. Although there is still this potential mysterious trader say that they will not M trader. Mysterious trader is the one in US. All right, or somewhere in the world. This person, sorry, not he or she, this person is expecting the VIX indicator go to 40. Wow, to be 40, that means that there must be very bad things going to happen in the market, right? But the expiration is in July and August, so still a bit distant. So let's see how it goes. All right. So for those who see VIX, you can see that the VIX shoot up. That's why the market actually came off. Now, this is whereby Bullard, his extremely hawkish comment has sent the rate hike expectation to a price in of at least one hike before 2022. Now, of course, this guy has always been hawkish. So when he just come out, when everybody is actually bearish or not that hawkish yet, so it created this speculation that we might see a rate hike in 2022. But this is going to be happening if there's going to be any rate hike in 2022, it has to be near December period. So which means that today only June 2021, we have about almost 18 months or 17 months before we even see the first rate hike. If there's going to be any tapering before that itself, right, it should be tapering maybe end of this year. And tapering can be very slow from 120 billion to 100 billion to 80 billion and so forth. So you understand? So don't need to panic right now and sell out, but you can trade according to it. All right. That's why I need you guys to understand. Even though we may see this in front of us, the Wall Street is speculating, but don't you realize that Wall Street always will amplify things, okay? Now, this is the dot plot. Let me explain to you how it works, okay? Now, what I'm trying to say is this, okay? This is the dot plot, the new one. All right, as of June the 16th. Okay, so which means that now in 2022 for this year, majority of them are still expecting the rate to be at a lower point. But it's only 2023 that they are looking at more of it be higher. And of course, by 2024 and more, they're looking at 2.5 to 3%. That's where majority of them are looking at that, all the federal official. So the thing is that what is causing the stir here itself, right? Because some of them are looking at the hike to be much earlier in 2022. So that is a reason why the market got a little bit jittery right now. Was all along, everyone for 2021 is expecting it of low interest rate, but suddenly now, so many people decided that it should go up by a 0.25 basis point. So that is the reason why the market got a little bit shocked. Because all along, there was no news on this. We have some tapering, but it's just murmuring. Now, suddenly now it's the rate hikes on the table. So that means that the taper must come first. So tapering must come first before any form of interest rate. But you can see that the Federal Reserve say, hey, I'm still putting 120 billion every month. So it's kind of a bit like, huh? So what is what? What is what? So it's a lot of speculation right now. As long as Federal Reserve putting money, it's going to be very difficult unless there's a reason why the market should be selling, maybe some company explosion or, very bad accounting or some company go bankrupted or something like that. Now, this is the real concern right now for the traders because you can see very clearly that the 2-year yields is up, right? But the 30-year yield is down. Now, the 2-year yield definitely will be smaller yield because it's only 2 years, right? All right, but for the 30 years, obviously they give more payout. So why is the 30 years coming down so much and the 2 years is going up? Because the traders are very optimistic that there will be interest rate hike very soon. But because of that itself, right, they suspect that in the long haul, this interest rate will cause the economy to do well. That's why the traders believe in that, and that's why the yield is coming down on this matter. All right, so that is why the yield's coming down. It means that they're buying the 30-year treasuries bonds. All right, so you must understand how it goes right here. All right, so this is what is happening right now with the yields between the bond price. Okay, so that is whereby traders are getting worried and they want to see how to make money out of this by doing some arbitraging maybe. All right, now what is happening over here? This is the financial stock. Now realize this, I already tell you, right, the financial stock is a problem. So the KBW, the bank index, was 230 at one stage since early June. Then it went all the way down from 230, crashed all the way down to 180. And of course, the market metrics, also the yield come off, right? So it seems to be the yield curve collapse, so it's a financial stock coming down. So both of them is going entwined between each other, right? So that's why if any yields is a recover, then the bank shares also recover. Now, Citibank is one of the one that I'm pretty concerned. Citibank leads the big bank selling down for 12 straight days in a row. Now, let's look at Citibank chart. Let's look at Citibank. The one, Okay, Citibank share, you can take a look, guys. This is Citibank share. Citibank share have been coming down for the last few days. And of course, if you look at the chart, we already know that Citibank share is going to come down soon because the KSI has turned red in color. And from $77, we already know that the US share for Citibank is going to come down. So it's down to $67 already. So the question is this Citibank share, how low can it go, right? Now look at it. Overall itself, right, is still still on the uptrend market, but undeniable, I do suspect an intermittent rebound first. Then after that, if there's going to be any selling, right, this is where I'm sitting Citibank. I'm seeing Citibank may come down to $60, right, to finish up the chocolate bar over here, about $60. So intermittent recovery, maybe to $70. And then after that, maybe it goes sideways a little bit, and then we can see some selling down the way to $60 range, okay, for Citibank shares, okay? So we'll cover this maybe on later this week about US shares, and we see how can we profit from there. Okay, so that is Citibank. And of course, this is the biggest problem now. You look at this, commodity prices and this China credit impulse, right, seem to have a little bit of relationship. Since 2017, they go in tandem. So when the China credit is up, the commodity price is up, right? So the question is this, are we going to see now, because the China credit is down, is the commodity price coming down? Exactly what I show you in gold, right? I kind of suspect that it will likely be happening because I saw that the China credit impulse is actually getting hit very badly. Now I'll explain to you why. Because now the credit impulse has turned negative. So turning negative, and usually you do that, it will have a bit more downside to go. So that is from 2005 until now. Again, no one covered this in the mainstream media. And the China M2, you can see since 2018, right? The M2 has been basically tightening all the way. Now, of course, there is some intermittent support here in 2018 and 2019 level, but I believe that there should be more downside for China M2. And if M2 is down, usually credit will be down. And therefore, if they're not buying credit, their commodity prices no one buy, right? Then that's why the price will also drop. So this is how the macro economy works out. Now, this is something that, of course, on one thing, while commodity prices are crashing around the whole world, right? The net gas, natural gas, apparently is doing pretty well. So the net gas, you can see that the TTF natural gas forward 1 month is doing very well. And even the generic one is also recovering. So what is happening right here now is that players are getting involved in this because they're scared that they'll be running out and they want to keep the low inventory, keep the inventories at home and stuff like that. So this is another thing to watch out for. Now, this is the one that is very important. There's never been before so many S&P stocks plunging to 1 month low, while SPX is trading at the all-time high. So you see the S&P 500, right, it's almost at the all-time high. But the record high percentage of 1 month low is about 40%. That means that we are talking about many counters in S&P is already hit a 1 month low, all right, but the S&P is still at the high level. So two sides of the coin is, if later on, if this counters recovers, wow, S&P will sure go and break new all-time high. On a flip note, that means that some counters are the one being pushed up while the rest are being, released. So if any time when the market decided to say, okay, we're pushed enough, we're going to get out, right, then usually I believe the FANG stock will be the one kicking in. And if the FANG stocks start to sell a lot, right, then you can see the cascading effect. All right, so that's why at the moment right now, traders, you just need to be very careful. We are indeed at a level that we've not seen for some time already. And of course, this is my monthly chart that I use using a very conventional chart, all right, to give you the date. So if let's say everything goes according to chart point, then there will be another sell-off next month or this month. And then after that, right, there should be some artificial support at 31,700 level. That level will be a level that I think most traders will be comfortable to buy just for the neckline purposes. Okay, so traders watch out for that. 31,700. Now the RSI also, when it comes down about nearly 50, you can watch out already. Okay, last but not least is my KFC, right? What is my KFC telling us today? And I think I did a very important sharing yesterday for 45 minutes. If you missed that, please go back and watch it. For KFC, I already told you that I believe that the Dow Jones today, the high will be very critical. The Dow Jones high is going to be very critical. So today is a KFC day, 21st. Okay. Hey, why is moving? Wait, to be 21st. I think there's an arrow here. Okay. So 21st. So today, as long as the high of the day will be utilized. So once the market basically utilized, all right, and the market stays below the high of today, that means the market most likely there'll be more selling on the Dow Jones. But if the market next few days can stay above the high of today's high, then we could see the market going back up again. All right, so we'll see more of this tomorrow once today have completed the high of the day. Now it's a bit still too early to call, but today is definitely the KFC point, the date to highlight for. Okay, so that's one you need to take note of that. All right, so that will be all for today. I think I'm very, very clear with what I need to share with you. So take note once again for today, NASDAQ, be careful, gold, be careful, don't sell too much on them. Right, for Dow Jones, right, obviously the NASDAQ stays strong, the Dow will likely be recovering. So for Hang Seng too. Okay, that will be all for today. Thank you once again for today's MAO. I hope that you enjoyed this session, 1 hour, 21 minutes, not too bad. So guys, take your time for today, go slow, and all the best. I'll tell you more details later on in the afternoon about the 30 packs challenge, but it's only for gold traders only. Okay, that will be all. Take care. Bye-bye.